Hello and welcome back to my Dandelion Diaries. I have a new pen today and I wanted to share it with you guys. And it is the Pineider Twin Tank Touchdown in Rainbow, which is the Atlas exclusive colorway of this pen. So this is what the box looks like. It is pretty standard, I would say, white, not super sturdy. As you can see, my box came dented, which doesn't really bother me too much. And that is because inside the box is another box. And this is what the carrier box looks like for this beautiful pen. I think this box is so incredibly interesting. It's like a little foot almost. I find this box very interesting. The way it opens is you just pull this open like this and you have the Pineider logo here, and then the top part also opens and reveals the pen. This is everything that came in the box. This pen does retail for, I think, a little south of $200 US. So you get the pen and you actually get a little bit of stationery. So the little card that came with the pen itself, this is the envelope and it contains the warranty information. So if you wanted to set up your warranty. And then this is everything else that came in here. And I was really happy to see that it came with actual stationery. So you have like a little card here with a matching envelope, and you have 6 of those, ranging in colors from pink to cream to blue to white. And I think that is absolutely fantastic. I'm not going to open this. I'm going to just leave this back in here because the main event of this that I want to talk about is the pen. So this is what the Pineider Avatar Twin Tank Touchdown looks like. Like I said, this is the rainbow colorway from Atlas. It is the exclusive Atlas colorway. I absolutely adore this. This is the clip here. I think it's absolutely springy and fantastic. It also has a magnetic closure, so there's no threads. It just snaps right on, and you can put it on in any direction you want. I think that is also a really cool feature for something like this. Most pens that have the magnetic closures like this are fairly expensive, so I'm really glad this one is a more reasonable price in terms of getting a magnetic closure like that. This is a vacuum filling pen, meaning that it does have a plunger here in the back. And the thing about this one is it has a locking mechanism in the back of the cap. So as you can probably see there is a tiny little lock symbol. It's very faint, which I can appreciate. I think on the other models it's more prevalent, specifically the black. I think the lock symbols are in white, but it does have an unlock and then a lock. So the way this works is you unlock and it opens up this little section here, which would be your writing tank. And then you can fill the pen by pulling the plunger all the way back and snapping it in like that, which we will be inking this up today. And then to lock it back, you simply push it back down and lock it. So one thing that I noticed from some other reviews I saw of this pen is that for posting purposes, you want this to be in the locked position. Otherwise, when you post it and you try to remove the cap and this is unlocked, you risk damaging this section here or even this section here with scratches or anything else. But the pen does post, and it posts very securely. The unit that I got is a medium nibbed pen, and this is what the nib looks like. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous nib. It has Pineider written down the kind of arches right here, and it has the nib size in the center, showing that it is a medium. Before I ink this up, I want to do some size comparisons. So this is the Pineider right here. Here is a 𝗬𝘃 Eco. Just for fun, here is a Platinum Preppy. We'll put it next to a 𝗏𝗏, which is another pretty large pen. And we'll also put it next to a 𝗂𝗃𝗁, which is more like a pocket pen. So as you can see, it's definitely on the larger end of pens in terms of the length when it is capped. If we were to uncap these, I would say it is still close to the length of the 𝗏𝗏 or even the 𝗬𝘃, that they are very close together. So the ink that I'm going to be inking this up with today is Robert Oster's Wind. It is a nice kind of chroma shading blue. And I wanted to show you guys the full process of me inking this up just because it is a vacuum fill pen and these can definitely be a little confusing. I won't be taking this pen completely apart, but there are videos out there that you can watch to show how to take it completely apart to clean it very well and where to grease and everything like that. But for the purpose of this video, I'm just going to fill it and move on. Okay, so we want to unlock the back of the plunger, pull the plunger all the way out. Once you have the nib completely submerged, you're going to push the plunger down all the way. All right, let me try it again here. Okay, so we got a little bit of a fill, not a full fill, but I will say I'm fine with this for now since I'm just going to be doing a writing sample with this. If I wanted to fill this up again, I would tilt the pen upside down, reissue the plunger, and then plunge it back in. So before I put the cap on this, I am going to go ahead and push this back down into the locked position. You can see here where the writing inkwell is if I pour the ink towards the back. So this would be your writing inkwell, and then this is the remainder of the ink. If this runs out, what you do is you unlock the plunger, press, and then lock again, and you have another section of ink to write with. For the writing sample, I would say that the line width of the pen is definitely a bit of a more Western medium. It's a little bit thicker than a Japanese medium. I would say that the writing experience itself, the pen does give back a little bit of feedback, meaning that it makes a little bit of a scratchy sound, or you can feel the pen writing on the paper. It's not super buttery to write with, it's not super bouncy to write with, but overall it's a very pleasant experience. There's nothing wrong with it, just if you don't like feedback, note that about this pen. I would say that the shading of the ink does come through pretty well with the medium-sized nib, which is nice to see. And overall, I think it's a fantastic writer. I mean, you have a crap ton of ink to get through with a vacuum fill, and then also the fact that it has a snap cap makes it really easy to use and quick to use. There's no screwing, unscrewing, or anything like that. I think it's a fantastic pen to travel with just because it's going to hold a bunch of ink, and it does have that locking and unlocking mechanism, which would help with air cabin pressure if you were to fly with this pen. And the clipping mechanism is really nice because you could pretty much clip it to literally anything. In review, I think it's a great little pen. I think it's fantastic that it is so easy to cap and uncap. I could probably sit here and do this all times and just make it like a fidget spinner in a way, like just snap it on in any direction it wants to go. I will say that I think there is a little bit of a leak going on because I noticed this tiny space of blue right here underneath the nib section and where the cap sits. I don't think it's coming through. It's not showing any ink at least. But I will also note that this nib section or the grip section is metal. It is slick. So if you don't like a metal or slick type feel, definitely note that about this pen as well. If you are interested in picking up this pen, I do have a code with Atlas Stationers. It is Danielle10 where you can save 10% off. This exclusive rainbow pattern is from Atlas Stationers, but there are other colorways from other retailers that are also fantastic. I want to thank you so much for joining me here today for checking out this new pen. And if you have any questions, please let me know down in the comments. But for now, again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.